So welcome everybody. This beautiful Yom Kippur day. It's so good to see you all. So today we're going to meditate and to talk a little bit about this giant subject, existence. So existence, like love and purity and being, is a non-dual quality. And of course, when I bring forward the word love, we all have a sense of love. And we all have a sense of purity, all a sense of being. So also existence has a sense, the sense of existence. What is important to understand when we talk about these non-dual qualities, they're all kind of have an experience and sense with them. So if we are disconnected, for instance, with the sense of love, it's very difficult to experience love. Love from another person or your own love. It's like it doesn't exist. And still it exists. It's always there. But we are not conscious of it. So often our consciousness of our own existence is not completely there. We're a little bit in a struggle with our existence. And part of this struggle is that we kind of have a feeling that, we have to do something good, or we have to be okay. It's another non-dual quality. To deserve our right to exist. We make it a right to exist. And of course, this is a kind of corruption of existence. Like all non-dual qualities, existence is unconditional. That means that it's always there. There is no question about our existence. So what would happen when we go to the depth of this existence, which is so much in the basis of ourselves? If we really kind of move deeply into the sense of existence, this is opening us up extremely. It's not only that we become aware of our own existence, but we also become aware of the existence of anything else. And it's really anything else. So we become also aware or conscious of the great existence, the existence which is behind everything what we say is exists. And that we are part of this great existence. So that brings the quality of existence very close to the quality of unity, in which we kind of, experience that everything has a life of its own. It's part of us, and we are part of it. So if we kind of connect with the great existence, then in the depth, what we experience is that we all are an expression of this great existence. We're all part of it. And again, this leads back to the experience of unity. If we, for instance, take the kingdom of trees and we blend with the existence of one tree, we become aware that one tree does exist, but it hardly exists, separate from its environment. But when we kind of attune to the kingdom of trees, then each tree is connected with each tree. So we have the existence which is individual, the individual tree, but much stronger on the background is the existence of all the trees, which are expressed also through this one tree. So when we move to the depth of existence inside ourselves, it's unconditional and connected with the existence of everything what exists. Nothing is absent. So often in the struggle with our own existence, for instance, when we are at a party and we feel insecure, we try to become part of this party by kind of, being absent on the background, not to mingle in too much. And sometimes we even believe that, if we are really absent, if we take no space, if we are not really are there as a presence, that is the way to exist, to be. That's the way to be part of. No presence. Not to really be presence, not taking too much space. In such cases, maybe we have a perception of the existence of the others, but we really are not part of it. There is no blend of existence as there is with the trees. There is no deep togetherness. There is no sense of unity. There is a deep separation. And of course, in this separation, which is a kind of split between us and others, but not only a split between us and others, but also a split between us and the depth of ourselves, the quality of existence. So in this split, what is coming forward is, of course, the feeling of loneliness, separation, isolation. And what I brought forward so often is when we talk about loneliness or isolation. It's a lack of connection. In the first place, connection with yourself, and also connection with your own sense, quality of existence. We move away from that. So when we are in our sense of existence, and that's also something what we think, if I really kind of move into my sense of existence and I exist, I will manifest. I will be present so strong that I will take the space of other people. Or we make an either or from it. If I'm present and I'm strong in my presence, I take the space I need. So you have to be present. You have to dominate. Otherwise, you're a loser. And all of this is conflicts around existence, are corruptions. If we really move deeply into the sense of existence and our own sense of existence, the experience of existence, there is no me or you. As I tried to kind of bring forward before, it's really kind of we open up to the existence of everything else. And not only things we can see or we can sense at that moment. There's this question, if a tree is out of your sight, does it still exist? Of course it exists. And what is more interesting is it part of our sense of existence or our existence. So let's kind of rephrase this question a little bit. So if one leaf of a tree is not able to see, to sense a leaf which is on the other side of the tree, does this leaf still exist? Or is the leaf on the other side of the tree part of the existence of the first leaf? So if we really move deeply into our sense of existence, we open up to the greater existence, in which each part is part of the whole, as we are part of the whole, in which each part is representing the whole, as we are representing the whole. That means there is no either or. There is no me or you. There is no, if I'm present very strongly, there is no space for you. When you're present on the level of existence, you're so aware of the presence of everything else. And the presence of everything else is part of you. It's part of your conscious awareness, part of your experience. So it becomes an end-end. and me, and you, and him, and her, and the tree, and the trees, and the animals, and the earth, and every expression of existence. So that brings us to the next question. If something has no physical body, does it still exist? So, for instance, my mother passed away quite a long time ago already. So, does she still exist? So, for sure, she exists in my memory. And for sure, she exists in my awareness in a way that I can feel a presence which is connected with her. But does she still exist? So, if she is part of my experience, and from my existence, I can sense her existence. Of course, she exists. And that's kind of interesting because that means that existence is not only physical, but also kind of is moving through time and space. That means that things which were existing long ago, like dinosaurs. So do they still exist? Is their existence still present? Maybe not in a physical way, but maybe on an energetic layer, an experiential layer. And I think this is quite clear. Why are so many children charmed by playing with plastic dinosaurs and have a certain connection with it? So, if we fantasize about something, if we tell a story, and it's a fantasy, does this fantasy exist? Is it real? Does it have an existence? Does it have a sense of existence? So when we're deeply connected with our own sense of existence, also that exists. It exists as a fantasy. Has an atmosphere, it has a presence. Like a painting which is made by a painter. It does exist. That means that if we create things, and this is basically a miracle. We create a painting, we create an art form, we create good food. Whatever we create, we give existence to something. It has existence. It does exist. In whatever form. As an idea, as a physical form, as an energetic form, as an atmosphere, maybe as an intelligence. So, looking at this, then existence, when we look to the field of existence, in all its different dimensions, is something which is expanding, like explosive expanding. It's not something that you say, okay, I exist. And now I say that I exist and I sense my own existence. I sense the existence of the things around myself. That this is something which is static. It's not static at all. It's extremely alive, extremely expanding. And that brings us again to another non-dual quality. You know, if we move into it like this, it's sometimes frightening. Like when we really kind of blend with the existence of a tree, it is frightening. And why is it frightening? Because it moves so fast. It's so strong. It's overwhelming. It's almost too much. So our nerve system really needs to get used to this. But then, if we get more used to this, it's so alive. It means that existence and a non-dual quality life are so close together. But then, you know, when we study biology, the definition of life, it has to talk, it has to breathe, it has to be conscious. There's a whole lot of rules around when we say that something is alive. You know, a stone is not alive. And a tree is on the edge. But when we move into the sense of existence, a stone is so alive. It has this incredible memory, experiencing everything around itself and even more. But also, a molecule, an atom is alive, has a consciousness. And that brings us, when you look at to this consciousness, which everything has, a stone has consciousness, a tree has consciousness, has existence. So maybe existence is very close to consciousness. But then again, brings forward the question, if we are not conscious of something, doesn't it exist? It doesn't exist if we are not conscious of our own existence. If we split off, then it becomes an either or. But the moment we are not split off, it's a deep and. Yes, it does exist. And it brings us, when we move to the depth of that again, to one of the miracles of life. One of the miracles of life, as I see it, the mystery of life, is this incredible existence which is in everything, everywhere, expressed in a unique way. And that makes life so interesting. The uniqueness of every little particle of existence, which is part of the bigger consciousness, the bigger awareness, the bigger existence. Part of the whole. Moving all. when we look on the level of existence, in a movement which is creating more existence and more existence and more existence and more existence, exponentially growing in existence. Everything which is experienced, even if it's the same thing, you're all now listening to me. And for sure, I exist. And the words I speak are now existing in you as well. But it's not really the words I speak. It's how you perceive them. Where it's touching you. What is the reaction on it? Is for each of you unique. And has an existence as part of you. Even if we forgot about it yesterday, it was a whole load of crap, better forget it. It's still there. And the amazing thing is that it is in so many different forms, so many different ways perceived. And what is perceived at a certain moment will also be expressed in one way or the other. In so many forms, it will come forward. In so many forms, it's present. And all these forms, all this presence, all these thoughts, all these feelings, all these perceptions do exist in all the different dimensions of existence. And what I brought forward before is, when something exists, it exists forever. It never gets lost. And this is a little bit frightening. Because everything what is done, everything what is thought, everything what we experience, everything what we feel, this exists. We cannot undo it. And sometimes that makes it difficult for us to really allow ourselves to fully exist. The fear maybe that we are bad. The fear that we will bring something into existence which will damage others. And we do bring things in existence which are damaging to others. And again, also that is part of existence. There is no choice. Because we cannot not exist. We do exist. But the most damaging in the end is the denial. The denial of our own existence. The denial of the power we all have because of our existence. The power to create. The power to influence. The power to be part of. And that's an immense power. So when we are aware of this power, we tend to be a little bit more kind, a little bit more considerate. And partly because it's so natural. And it's so natural because what comes together with this sense of existence and the sense that we are part of the whole, the big existence, is that we understand and really experience to the depth is what we bring out into the world, is immediately reflected back to ourselves. Because we're part of the whole. It is not something, that you have to be kind. But kindness just feels better. It's like to be kind to yourself. Be kind to the different aspects of yourself. Why does it feel better? Because, again, when you're kind to your right hand, your right hand immediately is connected in a kind way with yourself. If we are kind to our nose, the nose is kindly connected with you. If we're kind to a tree, the tree opens up with kindness towards you. And maybe this is, you know, where the word kind is coming for. We are of the same kind. We are part of the same existence. Okay, I leave it like this. We have a 5-minute break, and after 5 minutes, there will be a beautiful guided meditation.
Okay. So let's gather together again for the guided meditation. First, the non-dual existence in us greets the non-dual existence in you, which is kind of amazing. Hmm. Hmm. So let's find a comfortable position in which we can sense our own presence. Often the moment when we're asked to find a comfortable position, the body feels incredibly uncomfortable. But it's always possible to feel the comfort which is behind that. To take some extra space on the inside. And what could be nice as we begin to relax the body is to just notice your breathing. The air coming in, arriving, and the air as it easily leaves the body. And just let yourself open up for a moment. That sense of your existing here, the sense of existence, your existence, the existence. Right here, right now. How do you know that you exist? Let yourself fall back as that sense of existence, even as you're breathing in, and even as you're breathing out. And even when for a few seconds you're not breathing at all. Just let yourself become aware of your existence right now and now and now. And just as you become aware of your existence now, perhaps you can also become aware of the great existence, the existence of the whole universe around you. Right now. And just as you become aware of the sense of the existing universe all around, maybe you can easily become aware of your own existence right now. Let yourself become intimately aware of your own existence. Let your existence awaken as awareness now. And just as you allow the awakening of existence as awareness inside you, let the existence of the whole universe around you awaken as awareness now. And just as you awaken as the existence of the whole universe, let the existence of your body awaken here now. We're allowing the sense of existence to resonate through the whole physical now. We're allowing the physical body to resonate with existence now. We're allowing the earth beneath the physical body to exist now. Allowing that sense of existence. And just as you allow the resonance of existence in the earth, we return to an intimate sense of the existence in our own physical body. Right here, right now. Awaken in that existence of the physical body. We're awakening in the experience of this body existing here now. And just as you awaken in the experience of your own body, notice the existence of other bodies meditating now together. Noticing the existence of all the bodies meditating right here, right now. Allow yourself to become the existence of your own physical body again. Right here, right now. This existence in this body, through this body, as this body. And just as we intimately feel the existence of our own body, we connect again with the existence of many bodies, meditating here now. And just as you can sense the existence of many bodies existing here now, it's easy to connect to the existence of the space between the bodies. We're noticing the existence of the space between us. And just as we notice the existence of this space between us, it's easy to notice the existence of a space far beyond us. We're noticing the sense of existence in the boundless space far beyond us. Just as we're noticing this boundless sense of existence far beyond us, it's easy to notice the boundless space between us. We're noticing the existence of the resonance or atmosphere in the space between us. just as we notice the existence of this atmosphere between us, it's easy for us to notice the existence of an atmosphere in the space deep inside us. We're noticing the atmosphere of a space, boundless space existing as us, as our existence deep inside of us. Now from this space, we're going to connect with the most curious vibration. We're going to connect with a memory of how it feels when something is absent, the sense of absence. And something is not there, it doesn't exist. Let yourself access that memory where you've had this sense of absence. That something or someone was absent. Just notice how this sense of absence moves through your body, through your consciousness. How is your body responding to this sense of absence? Notice the existence of your body's responses. How is your heart or your feeling or emotion affected by this sense of absence, this great absence? Just notice how your heart is experiencing this absence. Notice how the sensations of absence are existing for the heart. Let your mind and your thoughts surrender to this sense of absence. So be it. Letting the absence be everywhere, all the time, always. So you can sense the absence even on the distant horizons. Just drop any sense of absence and let the absence be real behind that. Allowing absence to exist. Wherever, whenever, in whatever form. And just as you can feel the absence in the distance, let yourself easily and quickly connect to the absence on the inside. How would it be for you to be completely and totally absent now? Letting the sense of absence open up to the inner world. Let the existence of this absence awaken backwards and forwards in time through all the empty spaces now. We're awakening as absence. From this sense of absence, deep inside you, let yourself connect for a moment with that sense of absence in another being, in another person or creature or entity. And let this sense of absence of the two of you exist and blend. And just notice any quality or depth of feeling from the heart which is involved with this sense of absence. And let that quality also exist. We let the quality, presence of the quality, the absence, all of this exist. Moving how it needs to move right here, right now, through all that exists. And beyond. At this stage, we say goodbye to the people following us on the live stream, and bye. Thank you for existing and for sharing time and space with us. And we'll be here next Wednesday at the same time, different location. See you.
Bye.